This is Washboardjim, the singing day trader. First, I want to tell everybody I got promotion here in Polo Red Ralph Lauren, so I'm all excited about that. And then we're going to go to the watch list for this coming week and discuss some of the runners we were in last week. I mean, I was really impressed with GBR. It kind of played exactly on all the places that I like. GBR is more or less a pump and dump in a way, but also it's running on momentum, volume over price, and we've had a two-day run on this thing. It was called in the room, so yesterday we flipped it. We had a real big run up to 475, and when it dipped down here to about $4, I bought me some of it, some more of it, after I already sold it previously. And then right when that happened, it dipped on down more and more and more, and I said, I'm stuck in this thing, so I stopped out of it. And then I had an alert set. I had an alert set here at 3:31, and when it triggered, because I previously set the alert earlier that day when I got in it, right here around 3:40. So when it touched that bottom on that VWAP line, I went ahead and set me alert, and it ran all the way up to 475. I got out of it at around $4. So when it ran up to that 475 and we got back in at 4, I thought we'd get another bounce, but instead it just had a hard sell-off. So I stopped out. And then we hit that alert signal that I set. And I had it in my messenger board, and when it came up, that excited me. Some people in the room set their stop right there at 329. Some got out a lot sooner. But so when it hit that 331 alert, I went ahead and got back in, and I ran it all the way up to close, and I went ahead and got back out again at $4. But what's exciting about setting alerts is you can see patterns throughout the day, and when I noticed that pattern that it hit that support level, I went ahead and set me an alert. So, and I got in it, and then I thought to myself, maybe it'll come back and do a double dip. And if not, it sure did. It went back in there and it struggled a little bit right around in this level from 331. It dipped up and down, up and down, up and down 3 times. Now, I listened to Adam Chu video last week, and I was learning about breakouts. So I set me another little alert, and I figured once it broke past this 350, and if it did break past that 350 and kept going, we'd have us another good run. And that's exactly what happened. So I've looked in this channel right here at about 350, and I'm going to set that right now because I noticed that little channel. And so we had some touchdowns here, and it bounced up, bounced up, bounced up. So come Monday, I'm going to be watching this again. I'm totally out of it. It did run up to 350 after hours, so the momentum is still here, and it's hot. Volume over price, so that's GBR. And I've got different watch lists that I go by. I like to look at the percentage losers and the percentage gainers throughout the day, and I also have a watch list that I created for the room. It's called the Room Scan, and this will scan up to any stocks between $1 to $10 above 3% with an ascending triangle. And I always look at the volume breakouts. So we had GBR on there. We had PED on there. That was on the watch list all week. And I'm going to go ahead and change this so we can get right into it. Pull up my TTM squeeze chart here. And you can see it's another pump and dump that ran real good. It's on its 3rd day run right now. And this is PED, P-E-D. If I remember right, PED settled a lot of its debt, so it's got an active investor in it that pitched in a lot of money, and so I'm going to respect PED for right now. I think it's a good company, and if I get any pullbacks to around this 143 level, maybe under $2, We had a little support right here at 208. You can see the 208 right here where we had that bottom base of that candle and then the bottom base of that wick. It bounced right off of it, went on up to 234. So fear not, I think this is still a momentum play. I'm going to be watching it. I'm presently not in it right now, but I'm definitely going to keep it on watch, and that's PED. So go back to my watch list, and I'm going to scoot this over here so I won't lose it. We got NOG, NOG on the watch list with 8 million. The float's rather big. Those two previous ones, GBR and PED, have a low float of under 10 million. And I always watch the floats. GBR had a 2 million float. So, you know, you're going to have very active people trading this. More people trade on the low float stocks than they do on bigger floats. So we got NOG on the list. And I've got a little channel that I created on NOG right here between 274 and 296. Well, we broke out of that channel Friday. So we're at 317 high, and we closed at 315. So I'm keeping, and I also noticed that the TTM squeeze down here is showing some positive momentum. We also have the RSI moving above the second line up above 70. So keep a close eye on NOG next week. I think we'll get some more out of it. And then we had AQXP. AQXP dipped on a drug, didn't pass or something, but we still think it's a momentum play. We need to, let me get another chart up here. AXQP. Let me write this down so I remember. Is hovering right here between on the daily 50 and the 200-day SMA. Now I use this SMA also as a indicator for a day trade. You notice down here yesterday when it was at 205, we had a golden cross right in here, and to me the golden cross is a good indicator to maybe I like changing this color to maybe a darker gray of maybe an uptick on the stock. And look what happened. Once it hit that golden cross and it came up the 50-day over the 200-day, we had a bounce from the 225 level all the way to close at 258 with a 269 high. And we touched down on that 50-day all day, the rest of the day long. Got a little scary right in here, so maybe I would have probably sold out, but I kept my grounds. It went on up past that 50-day SMA. So, you know, if you don't have a chart set up with the 50-day and the 200-day SMA on a daily 1 minute, use it as an example and test it. You'll find out that that is also a great indicator. It's a slow moving average, but it works. A lot of people use the EMAs on a fast trade. So that's AQXP on the daily scanner. And everybody knows that I'm still in APRN, and I've always said anything close to $2, 212, and I think we hit 212 yesterday if I remember right. Let me change a couple things on here so I won't screw up. And we'll put the 5-day 15-minute. Now you notice right here it hit my alert system at 312, and that would have been and it did it again yesterday. And every time you get down to this 312 level on APRN, it's a possibility of a good buy. And we also had the cross going downward, which did kind of sell off, and it did with this indicator right here on my 250-day SMA give me an idea that we're going to have a downtrend. And so I waited. I had my alert set, so anytime that this hits my alert, it's an opportunity for a buy entry and to get out up here at my resistance level of 341. Now it can run up to 346 at the top of the wick candles, or create a little imbalance up here around 343. But I've always learned, and we did touch yesterday that 341 level. But when I'm doing a day trade or I'm flipping a stock, I like to get out during the heat. So I would have probably sold this at 336 if I got in at 312. That'd have been a nice little 34-cent play, 20-some cent play. And I've got a core position of this at $2. So that's APRN. So keep APRN on your watch list. And we had AU. I just got a trigger alert on it. So let's see what that says. AU custom TTM bullish trend. So that's what we're seeing right now. And I'll pull up my so we're on AU. We've had a sell-off to a bottom of 781 yesterday. Well, notice today it popped into a positive bullish TTM squeeze. You notice by the yellow indicator down here on the TTM that we're showing some positive divergence going up. So maybe we can probably get in this play and scalp it. It just hit a resistance level yesterday at 828. So maybe we can get in a pullback of around, oh, let me look on a different chart, but we're in a TTM squeeze right now. So we opened up right around on the low of 794. I'm kind of seeing a little support level here at 805. And I'm seeing one right here at about 810, with another one set right here with an RSI crossover at 817 right on the VWAP. So maybe my first entry on this one, if it's still showing some positive volume over price analysis, I'll get up, oh, maybe right around, might get in here on my second support level of 810. And if I get a pullback to 805, it's oversold area. But I also want to keep it right down here. And I always like to watch them when they're out of the gate. That kind of gives me an idea where they're going to go. You notice we hit that low right here, and we went ahead and continued all the way up to a bounce up. Followed up all the way across above the VWAP. And I use the VWAP quite a bit. There's also other indicators I use. I've got what I call the, wrong one. We've got the EMA 8, 13, and then red down here is the 20. And I look at them in different time frames. We got it in the 5, the 15 minute. When it gets oversold on the other two ones, I go to the 30 minute and I look at it. And then over here to the right on the same window, I have the VWAP chart, which is all another indicator if all these other three fail or we're not. It depends just on how you look at the chart. So let's keep GBR on the watch list, definitely. Well, that's not the one I was talking about. AU. In fact, I'm going to change these right now. I'm going to change them to the red so we'll be able to watch them if I want to pull this up again. And what I use TOS, and I also have a U-Stock Trades account. I like to trade with two different platforms. So let's look at Kirk's. We're going to pull up the yearly chart. We have another bottom play here on Kirk's. It was up 3% with a volume of 3 million, and the float is 120 million. So I always look at the float when I'm looking at a day trade, and I have it set up on my scans here. It tells me the shares, but I'll tell you one thing right now. TOS is not as accurate on the floats. So if you use Trade Ideas Scanner or you use Feznes, it's good to find the float level on them right there. Because, oh, what did I just do? Well, I just lost my little scan, so I'm going to duplicate it real fast. Move it back over here. Did it again. Oh. I hate it when I go into glitches like that. Give me 1 second. Huh. Things acting strange. I'll duplicate it again for right now because I don't want to waste no more time. Okay. So that's part of the daily scan. And RADA, R-A-D-A. I want to keep it on watch. Yesterday we bounced off that 200 SMA. And so I'm going to keep it on watch. Maybe a pullback to this level right around 295 would be good for me. But I think we're on a breakout here, so let's keep RADA on watch. Now I've got other scans that I go by. I have the top, well, let me see here. We've got the percentage losers and the percentage gainers. You'll find this on the TOS setup. It's a scan that's already set up and ready for you. I'll go through it and look at it a little bit. We flipped around on DEST. DEST was a play last week, and we hit that little support level of 851. We have low support here of around, I would say probably around 536 is what I'm seeing, with kind of a mixed up resistance level of around 620 with an 884 high, and then we got a little base of a candle right here around 664. I'd like to see this keep in the channel, pull back down to 536 for possible entry. That's DEST, D-E-S-T. That's on my percentage loser scan. I'm just kind of looking through them, see if I recognize any stocks that we like. And I'm seeing, looks like we're having a little sell-off here on XNet. XNet, get a low support of about, we're under the 200 days, so if we can dip on down to about 983, I'm going to set a little alert right there. At the last, and I'm going to say a pullback alert on this one. And I'll create me a little alert there, and we'll see how we go. Well, it didn't work. Let's try it again. Set it at the ask. 990. Wonder what's up with that. Well, we'll move on, but I'm going to keep XNet on watch. See if we get a pullback to about 983, and that's on the percentage losers. Now I'm looking at the percentage gainers. We had GBR again on the top list of 145% with a 2 million float. I mentioned AQXP. We're on it. I had a big dip on it, so let's see if we can find us a little support level right around the 226 level. Keep it on watch. Looks like the RSI is starting to curl up. Volume's major here. We had a big volume surge when the sell-off came with some positive green Friday. VRTX had a great climb. A little too high for my price range. And here we are with the OSTK. So we're just close it up here. Keep everything fresh. Keep everything simple. Follow me on Stock Twits and Twitter. They call me Washboardjim, the singing day trader. I also got a $1,000 challenge that I started last week, and I made some bad trades in it. I made a couple good trades in it. I came out about $20 less in the challenge than I started out with. But I start one every year. I've done it for 20 years. I just made some bad decisions last week, and it cost me, cost me my gains. So I'm still going to keep on my $1,000 watch list till the end of the year. $1,000 challenge till the end of the year. And again, this is Washboard Jim, and I appreciate everybody. Keep it fresh, keep it simple, keep it watch list going, and keep an eye on your scans. And have a good day.